Hello my friends, it's Angie from The Road to Simple, and I am going to put together a rose themed calendar spread for Mother's Day week. So stick around and we'll work on it together. Let me explain what we're going to do today. I have this sticker sheet that I created and sell in my Etsy shop, but I wanted to do something from this type of a sticker sheet as opposed to a sticker book this week, just to show you some different things you can do. What I have here is several different elements, a neat sidebar, lots of boxes, feature boxes, rose art, bullet points and such. So I'm going to cut all these out and then I'll be right back with you. So I'm going to just kind of put all these out here so you can see all the different pieces that I have. Lots of little flowers, leaves, little heading boxes that I think are cute, and flags. I have some text. I have a birthday cake if it happens to be a birthday during Mother's Day week for your spread. And then I have different bullet points. Just going to kind of get all of these out and show you what we have, and then we can kind of play with them from here. And here I've got this big one too. I'm going to just lay it over to the side. One thing that I think is neat about doing a layout this way is you have the ability to place things on the page and move them around, where if you're pulling them out of a sticker book, you can't do that. So I could kind of get an idea for what I want to do first before I put it down. It gives you a little bit more certainty, I suppose. I'm just going to kind of move these things off the edge so we can see what we have. But I think I would definitely use this down the side here. You could go all the way down the side, or you could do it, cut it and do a box if you wanted to. I think I'll probably do it all the way down the side. So I would maybe play with where else I would put these boxes. We know Sunday is Mother's Day. I almost think this might be a pretty one to put for Mother's Day, but we could go with another one of these to anchor that. I'm just going to play around here and just put down a few things and see. You could also use this box this direction if you wanted to. A listing box here. So as you can see, this is all in pinks and greens. I'm gonna kind of get an idea before I start peeling and putting anything down. Just throwing things around just to see how they look. Trying to mix my pink and greens so they're not all the same. Have dots without the bars, dots in the bullet points with a bar. And these are really cute to put for a heading or somewhere else. So I believe what I want to do first is just kind of decide where I want to put my main boxes, and then I'll come back and start playing with it. I don't have any special birthdays or any appointments that I need to work in this week, so I'm going to just make this a general layout. Plus I just want to show you ways that you can do something, give you some ideas. Kind of like these lapped, or you could even do different, turn them different directions if you wanted to. I'm kind of liking these for the placements of my big boxes and my sidebar. So let me go ahead and do that first. What I did was to design this page and save it as a PDF, and so it can be downloaded for an instant print to a sticker sheet. I've used the Avery label sheet is what I use for these labels. So it's a pretty heavy duty label, and it's not forgiving. Once you put it down, you pretty much got to put it where you want it. That is one thing that's a little different about that. So you just kind of pick a corner and peel. It's a little bit more time consuming as far as peeling them instead of pulling them straight out of a book. But it's a trade-off for being able to have the ability to play with them like this before you put them down. So I'm going to start by putting this big sticker down, and I'm going to go right along the edge with it. I think I'm just going to go start even with the top box. Ooh, I got a little bit of a wrinkle in there, but I can smooth that out. There we go. I need to take these off of here so I can cut this. Hopefully I will remember what I did. I wanted to get one of these on one page and one on the other page. The reason I choose it this way is I feel like one needs to they both need to kind of face in. It's just my newspaper background coming in. Everything always needs to face inward. Nothing faces off of the edge of the page. So I tend to do that in my calendar planning, just like I did with newspaper ads. Let me look and see what this color looks better here and this over here. I think I like the green over here better because there's more pink over there, and get a little bit more green this way. I just think this would be pretty for Mother's Day there. Let's look at it like that without putting it exactly in a column, because you don't have to follow these grid lines at all. I'm kind of doing that on these bullet points, but you definitely don't have to do that, and I'm not going to do it here. So that makes me think I don't want to do it here. So I think I will kind of float that one there. And I have these boxes that I could use also for a heading and put the bullet points underneath. Let's look and see what that looks like if we use pink with green. All right, I'm going to start by putting down a couple of these larger boxes. Like I said, you've got to make sure you have it where you want it, because these, when they stick, they stick. Try to be real careful here. But they do stick really nice. I kind of like that. How do you like that? That means I've got to make sure I put the bottom ones down first. So I'm going to start with this one. I think I had it about like this. Just right over that line. And then I have this bullet point here. Start this one from the bottom to make sure I have it in the right place. I went across this way, right? Make sure I'm doing this right. So let's plan on that one about in this spot. This has room for a header at the top. Let's see what I say about right there. line it up on this side. That way it'll be straight everywhere. I'll cut off one of these. Have another row of bullets down here. Kind of like the look of having two different types of bullet point strips. This is something I hadn't designed this way before, but I like it. I'll put a link to this sticker set if this is something that you would like. I think this is definitely something you could use any time of year, not Mother's Day, but I just thought the roses would be really pretty for Mother's Day. I got that a little bit crooked. Oh well, let's see if I can get this on here straight. There. I'm going to go ahead and put all of these boxes down, and then I'm going to come back and add some things to it. I want to have this for Mother's Day, and I might actually, I'm going to write Mother's Day in here. So I could put that at the very top, but I think I don't like the fact of that being exactly like that. So I think I do want to drop it down, and then maybe I will use some extra roses or something in here. Hope everyone has plans for a nice Mother's Day, whether you're a mother or not. You can get together and celebrate those who are mothers. I'm excited because I'm going to get to go home, and which my home is about 10 hours away from here, so that I can spend Mother's Day with my mom. So that's truly going to be a blessing for me. I think I had this one floating in here, didn't I? I can't even remember where I just picked it up from. That's pretty bad. I believe it was about right here. Let's see how that looks. See if I turn it sideways like this. I seem like I can get it a little straighter. Kind of like that together. I have several of these headings that I could use. Ooh, I actually kind of like that even too. I know I like this, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. We start at the bottom. I want to make sure this one ends at the bottom. I'm not worried about where it starts. Now, if you can see this, I'm going to cut this close because I'm going to let it lap over that box a little bit. So I think that looks cute. What do you think? Let me go ahead and put these down because I like the way these are positioned. Not sure what I'm going to use them for yet, but sometimes I start with particular categories and what I know I need to do. Most of the time I just start with the design and then make the rest of it work. Because I think the aesthetic is almost as important as the function. As in my mind it is. Of course the function is important. That's why we use calendars, but I really think the design is kind of what comes first with me. I'm going to cut this a little bit closer because it is going to be lapping over that pink box. So I should have done this before I peeled it, but I was too busy talking, not thinking about what I was doing. Let's see, I think I had it about like that. Does that look straight? I think it is. I like it. I like it. I'm just thinking I don't want these to be exactly the same. So I might do it like this and do something else down here. I have one more of these. I might kind of break it up like that. I'll cover that line up a little bit. And then I'll go in with my whiteout pen and take more of it out if I need to. I'm going to offset it a little bit. I love to use sticker books, but I like to do this every once in a while. You'll see I'll have some other videos where I do stickers this way. One thing I like to do is design them. You could do that yourself too. Or of course I mentioned I have this sticker set available on my Etsy shop, but it might be something you'd want to do. So part of the fun for me is designing them to begin with. So that's part of the creative process for me. And then putting it together is another part of it. Depending on what you like to do, you might use it differently. You do have to cut out the stickers. That takes a little bit more time. You can just sit in your easy chair and do that if you want to. I like this over here. I'm going to cut this one closer. Kind of want that to hang out on the side a little bit. I think that's kind of cute. I tend to lean towards pastels a lot. If you've watched many of my videos, you'll see that. We'll put the pink flag here. Now, do I want to, I could put it like this, or I could bring it down there. I think I want to put it at the top. And personally, I don't mind having a little bit of white space. If you can see here, a little bit of white space on either side. I actually think that looks rather neat to have just a little white strip on either side. So I am going to cut it just a hair closer. I'm not going to cut it all the way to the color. I want to leave just a little bit of white. I think that's for two reasons. One, I just think it looks nicer. But the second reason is you're never going to mess up your design if you do that. So don't cut right into the design. And the trick is just to to curl down a corner to get your peel going. And it usually works out pretty well. Line that up at the top of that box. I love that. I really like these little flags. So then I have this green one that I'll put on the pink box. I'll trim it a little bit closer, just like I did the other one. You don't even have to, cut this bottom out. It's white like the rest of it, so I wouldn't even worry about cutting that bottom piece out. And I don't think I'm going to cut this one any closer because I want to cover up a little bit of that top line anyway. So let's just put this one on the way I already have it cut out. Yeah, I think that's all the boxes I had. If you had a birthday, I love this little birthday cake. Look how cute that would be in here. But I don't have a birthday this week. I have several the next week. So I won't be using that. These are the text heading stickers that I have on here, which is shopping to do, remember today, important. And meals, if you wanted to do a meal plan. This might be a good spot. What I said, there were 6 there for a meal plan. I know I don't cook more than 6 meals a week. So I don't have to have 7 on my meal plan. These are ones that I had printed out, but I'm probably going to write in several too. I think I will need a shopping list, a to-do list. Not sure if I'll use the meals. I also like to include a gratitude list. So I need to write that in. I think what I'm going to do before I look to put these down is see where I might want to put some of these roses, because that will make a difference on where I have room to put a heading. Let's just see what we have as far as just putting a few pretties in. We'll put that across here, and Happy Mother's Day. Might put a rose there by the word May. I like that. I do like that. Let me put this down by the month because I really like the way that looks. While I'm putting these down, I'd love for you to leave me a comment and let me know, do you tend to gravitate toward bright colors or pastel colors or florals? I'd be interested to know what color palette you like the best. I want to make sure that I always incorporate a lot of different things, what other people like. So I'd love it if you'd leave me a comment and let me know that. And also let me know what part of the world you're watching from. I always think that's interesting to know. What do we think about this one? I'm not sure that I'm liking that there. Maybe if I cut around it and put it in that direction, I like that better. I don't like it facing the other way. So let's do this. I've got a lot to cut around here. I think I can do it without messing it up. The key to cutting like this is just twirl your design. Don't try to move your scissors, just move the design. As long as I put it down right, I think it will look nice. So I'm just going to make sure I put it in the right place. So I want that stem to show on that green and this to go out over the top line a little bit. Like that. Perfect. Look at that. I know I'm heavy on roses here, but that's because it's Mother's Day. I wanted to put a lot in there. I could just have that coming out the top of that box. That's not bad. Or at an angle like that. Or from the top like that. That's kind of neat. Let me go ahead and finish this page because I think I still need to put this guy down. And I'm going to cut around this side a little bit. I think that's the only part I needed to get. Yeah, let's cut around the bottom. Isn't that sweet looking? Just dainty little leaves. So dainty, that little leaf and the little stem. I like it. I really stew over a lot of this, a whole lot longer than I should, right? But that's what I do. That's what we do when we're being creative. Gotta think about different ways to do things. Part of the fun. Actually like that as well. So I think I'm going to cut this bottom part around this one. Just leave a little white all the way around. I'm going to cover up the top edge and just do it like that. About like that. Kind of to match this May, we'll do another rose and a leaf to mark Mother's Day on this side. The pink nails almost match this layout, don't they? I did not plan that. Just happened to work out that way. Okay, I have one more leaf if I want to stick that somewhere. I think I'll put it right in here somewhere. And then we can put down our headings or write in some other ones. I'm going to take my Jelly Roll. It's a white pen, white ink pen, and I'm going to touch up some of these areas that I wanted to cover up. I think in this case I'm going to white this line out. I'm going to white this out. That might be showing right there, a little bit of that line. I don't want that line to show. Showing there just a little bit. And I'm going to make this all one section, so I'm going to white this out. You could use whiteout tape, or I just keep this pen handy and I think it works well. And the key to this working well is to just barely touch your paper with it. If you press down too hard, then it doesn't cover as well. I think I'll get rid of this line too. I'll cover that little dab right there. I'm just going to white this out so that I can use this whole block for one section. Might let that dry and come over it again. Get rid of this line and this line and this line and this line. Now, I could white this out if I wanted to use this to go all the way across. Actually, I think I might do that. That takes care of this funny little space here, so I could go on across here with a couple of longer lines. I think this is going to work well for what I've whited out to make the sections that I need. So let me think about this. I need a section for gratitude, for shopping, self-care, family. I know I'm going to use this for my Road to Simple, which I'm just going to put RTS. I'm going to use this for shopping. I think that looks good in that spot. It's pretty. I like that scripty font. Could use one of these for meals, but like I said, I'm not going to be cooking that many meals. I'll tell you, I might put a slot, something here where I could just put a few meals for the week. That's the way I roll. Oh goodness. Actually, what I may do is put that dot and then put meals beside it, and then write a few of them in there, because I don't need very many. Actually, I talk about how I don't cook much. I don't really like to cook a lot. My husband and I had a discussion about it this evening, and I said, do you think if I wasn't working, if I would cook more? And he said, well, you really kind of have to like doing it. And it's just, if I like something more, I'm not interested in cooking. So for example, if I know I want to play on a calendar layout or something, I would much rather do that than cook. So some people just really have a love of cooking, and I just don't happen to be one of those. My husband does like to cook. So that's nice. I am going to be traveling to go to Illinois for Mother's Day. So I'm going to be busy and packing and getting ready to leave for that. I'm not going to be doing a lot of cooking this week. It's going to be a busy week trying to get work done to get away. So if I can just write down a couple meals in there, that'll be perfect. So let's do important there, and maybe a remember there. a lot of the things that I put in my plan are not day specific. I can do them at any time during the week. So I'm not concerned if I have something that's not on the right day. When I open up my planner, I look at the whole spread for the week. And if I have an appointment, I put it on that day, but anything else, I just kind of put it in where I think it looks nice. And you certainly do things the way that works for you, but I find that works for me just fine, because I don't always sit down and get this done all at once. Well, I do the creative layout all at once, but as far as filling it out, I might not fill it all out at once, and I'll add to it as the week goes. So I just use the whole week to add my tasks in different places. I'm not concerned about making a time slot for everything. For some things, but not for everything. I think I'll make this my gratitude box. Let's put our to-do right here. And we'll put our today up here. I'm going to cut that a little bit closer. And everything over here out of the picture to cut so that I don't drop my clippings on the layout. This is one of a couple of different sticker sets that I have on my Etsy shop, which is roadtosimple.etsy.com. I'll put a link down below. But I plan to make more of these. So depending on when you watch this, I may have several different planner sets, sticker sets similar to this. But I plan to do something similar as far as these similar type elements, but in different colors and different designs. And so that's my plan, and I think I will do it. I will schedule it on my planner to do it, and then it'll get done, right? I'm going to leave these blank to fill in where I want, and I'm going to make this one gratitude. This is a 02 micron. I think it'll be a little bit easier to try to write this in script. Yeah, that turned out good. I used a heavier pen on this because I just wanted it to show up better. And sometimes I use a lighter pen and it looks better on the planner, but it's hard for you to see on the video. So I need to think about that when I'm doing this as well. I'm going to make this my family block. Try to do that anyway, but I am definitely going to be with family this weekend, which is awesome. And I think I'm not going to put a heading on that. I'll use it for whatever I want. This, I know I want to say Happy Mother's Day at a mother-daughter dinner on Saturday night. I'm going to put that here. I think I'm going to just leave this for some type of family event. When it gets closer to time, I'll know what's going on. I'm going to be a little brave here on what I'm going to do on writing Happy Mother's Day. We'll hope it works out. If it doesn't, I've got plain white stickers that I can put on top of this to clean it up. So let's try. I just kind of want to be a little bit fun and it's not real pretty. Almost looks like it should be Happy Monsters Day. Let me see if I can make this a little bit, let's try to put some little twirlies on it, for lack of a better word, and see if that can make it look a little different. It's not too bad, is it? That's not too bad for just playing with something. What do you think? I'll let that dry just a little bit, and then I'm going to go over that with this pink marker to add some color to that. I know sometimes things look sparse when you have empty space, but you got to have room to write things. So I think I'm good. You could actually draw lines in to write on if you wish, but I prefer to just kind of leave it open. Okay, cross your fingers that this is going to work out okay. It may pick up a little bit of this black, but if it does, I think that's still going to be okay. I like it. I hope I spelled everything right. Sometimes things look different in all caps, and you look at it and it's like, did I spell it right? I really want to do some, I really want to learn some neat calligraphy kind of lettering. Let's do this to add just a little bit more to it. Let's go over the letters in this same pink. Kind of draw that same look out. Now, isn't that pretty neat how just a plain old marker, you don't have to have a lot of stickers to make a pretty layout. And you don't have to buy a lot of, you don't have to spend a lot of money on sticker books. This is just going to be a couple of bucks on my Etsy shop. But then you can print it out. Use it as many times as you want, or mix and match some of them together. Let's try doing this as well. Put some color on this. I like that, just a hint. I'm not sure how well it's going to show up on the camera, but it's very light. But this is all pastels, so I think that works out really good. All right, I think we're going to call this one done. So again, I'll let you know that this sticker set is available in my Etsy shop at theroadtosimple.etsy.com. And I will put a link to that in the description and on the screen as well. So if you'd like to check out my Etsy shop, I would love to see you there too. I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I always appreciate you taking time out to watch my channel and spend some time with me. And if you did find this to be interesting or fun to watch, I would appreciate a thumbs up. That helps me to grow my channel. And I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel. That really helps videos to be shown more in the news feed for more people to find me. So I really would like to grow this community and find lots of people that like to do the same type of thing. So if you could subscribe, I would really appreciate that. So until next time, remember to keep it simple. Remember to plan something simple in your plan for you. A self-care activity that's just for you. Put that in your plan, and then hopefully you'll have a better chance of taking better care of yourself. Have a great rest of the evening, rest of the day, whatever time it is where you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.